it do, y'all? We are back once again with another video. Y'all already know. Tell by Jay's shirt, my shirt, hat, background. We talk about the Houston Rockets. Let's get into it. Now, we talking about the Mavs, guys. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We glad you guys had clicked on this to check out this new video of ours here on the new and improved Glow Sun Sports channel. We are going to be getting into free agency again, guys. As y'all guys, if y'all saw the last video, y'all know that this is going to be kind of like a part 2 to the last video. We talked about free agent front court players, centers, and forwards. In this video, we're going to be talking about the free agent backcourt, point guards and twos. And so before we get into that, guys, we just want to kind of talk a little bit more about the coaching situation here in Dallas with Rick Carlisle. Of course, you guys know he signed with the Indiana Pacers. I think Jay and Will touched on it, I think, on the last video, and we touched on it a little bit before in a previous video, too, about how the whole situation with Rick Carlisle, man. It's just more and more news is starting to come out about the whole situation of how Rick Carlisle ended up leaving the Mavericks. And this is a totally bad situation all the way around. Before I kind of get into it, bro, you want to go ahead and touch on and give your opinion on the whole situation, man?
You know, I've mentioned a couple of times in one of the previous videos just how, you know, it's just the whole situation itself is just really weird.
Yeah.
From him quitting with 2 years left on his deal, after previously saying that he had no intention of leaving because he wanted to stay in Dallas at least until his daughter graduated high school. Who she's now a junior, so she's got 2 years left.
Yeah.
To, you know, him leaving, going to the Pacers, which whatever, but just the fact that it was done without really a thorough coaching search, which if you're the players, if you're the president of the Coaches Association, I would think that you would want more coaches to at least have the opportunity to interview,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we talked about how it's already been confirmed that he was the only actual interview they did outside of a phone interview with Brian Shaw. That's it. So that was a little weird. And then just to hear him recommend Jason Kidd out of nowhere when you voluntarily left. So who the Mavs hire as a coach has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
So I'm not even sure why you bring it up. But yeah, just like not even mentioning or not even endorsing Mosley, not only for the Mavs job, but for any job at all. Just seems a little weird. So I don't know what his deal was. We learned a lot. We learned more about him after he left than we did the whole entire time that he was here. And so from that perspective, you know, I know many moons ago when we talked about the video discussing the future before all this stuff went down, we talked about how we wouldn't be upset or we wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we wouldn't be upset if he left, but we didn't expect him to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm glad he left because if that attitude and that ego or whatever it is was here the whole time, then you understand why there was rifts with Luka. You understand why there was rifts with J. Kidd when he was first, when the second time he came here when they won the championship. You can understand why there may have been rifts with Rajon Rondo, honestly, now at this point. Like all that stuff that we looked at, we were kind of looking at like, what's up with this dude? Why doesn't he want to, you know, why is there such a bumping of heads? But looking at how he is now based on what we've uncovered after he left, it's not that difficult to understand. And so, you know, hopefully there is a turn in fortune with him gone now where people are more attracted to coming here. And, you know, that's obviously a different subject, but yeah, at this point, it's good riddance, man. And you know, good luck to him in Indiana. But to your point, I'm sure you'll get into more here in a second. It's just a lot of stuff that we didn't even think was a thing are starting to kind of rear their faces in terms of how he was, his attitude, and just the way he approaches relationships with folks and all that type of stuff. It just was kind of surprising to see. It's based on the fact that he did a really good job of masking all that and hiding it from us while he was here.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro. Kind of touch on what you just said. Now, with all this happening, I brought up, well, Thomas brought this up on a previous video, the fact that he asked a question: do people want to come and play for Rick? And the way things are starting to unmask themselves now here recently, I'm starting to think to myself, like, maybe they didn't. Because how many times do we hear, people in the media saying they wanted to play for Jason Kidd? Everybody's endorsing Jason Kidd. Hell, even Dame Lillard wanted to play for one of Jason Kidd in Portland. Mm-hmm. I'm not hearing anybody endorsing for Rick Carlisle. Right. And we touched on this before in a previous video. Rick Carlisle is very old school. Very, very, very old school. And, with not only with that, from what we learning, for what I can see, Rick Carlisle is very petty. Very petty. So from what some of the stuff I've been hearing is the reason why he didn't endorse Jamal Mosley is because he was feeling some kind of way. Because Luka respected him more than he did Rick Carlisle. Mm-hmm. And so he didn't endorse Jamal Mosley for that reason, knowing that Luka was more favorable towards Jamal Mosley than him. That's petty as hell. Then on top of that, like you said it on a previous video. So he went to, when he got interviewed for Indiana, he was the only in-person interview that they had. They had an interview with Brian Shaw, but they did it over the phone. Now, like you said, you are the president of the Coaches Association. This don't seem shady to you? Mm-hmm. Now, when Luke Walton got fired by the Lakers, he was the first one to step up and make comments about that. But this situation right here doesn't seem shady to you.
Right.
President of the Basketball Coaches Association. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about with Rick Carlisle. It's a lot
of
stuff.
And they asked him, sorry, real quick, I was going to say, I watched his little press conference that they did after he got announced. Mm-hmm. And one of the Indiana beat writers that asked him about, hey, as the president of the association, do you feel like this search was done appropriately? And he said that Indiana has a right to do their search however they choose to do it. He said, so it's kind of like when he mentioned, he's like,
when it benefits you, then they did it right, huh? Interesting. And so another thing that came out of this whole thing is when he endorsed Jason Kidd, supposedly there was a this kind of like news that, well, I don't know if it's news, maybe you call it a rumor or whatever, that the Mavericks did want Jason Kidd, but they did not want that news to come out yet. He kind of like, we said this before, nobody asked you anything about who should be the next coach for the Mavericks. You just kind of came up with that on your own. And it's like he brought up Jason Kidd with the knowledge of knowing that's who Dallas was going after, they were looking at. That's why as soon as that news came out, the story started revving up like, okay, Mavericks might be looking at Kidd. They talking to Kidd. Kidd is a number one candidate, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I was saying that's a petty move right there too. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like you said, good riddance to the guy. I'm learning a whole lot about Rick Carlisle right now, man. I don't care if Indiana goes 0-100, man. He go over there. I really don't care. I hope we sweep him and blow him out by 50 every game. Because that was some petty stuff that he did, bro. And like I said, we're starting to learn a whole lot about Rick Carlisle right now. So, hey, good luck, Indiana. Y'all got him now. I feel like now we're probably in a better spot now. We finally have a coach that probably understands what's at stake with a player like Luka and understand that, listen, we got this transcendent superstar. Let's kind of help him, put him in a better situation to win a championship, man. I think, hopefully, hopefully they know now what they should do compared to what Rick Carlisle did.
And you see, like, there was discussion about how, Jason Kidd has been in a situation where he's had one of those generational talents.
Yeah. And
it was with Giannis, and we know how much Giannis enjoyed the time with Jason Kidd. And also, I don't know if you were to mention this part too as well about the gentleman who has the front running position to be the lead assistant coach.
Oh yeah, he's a player developer. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and that Giannis also loved and said that he credited him a lot to his development So having that guy come in, of course, I can't think of his name at this particular point in time, but that's always a plus. I was hoping that they would get a more seasoned guy, like, maybe Scott Brooks or Ryan Hollins or somebody like that to kind of be an assistant. But, this guy was on Jason Kidd's staff, and I think in Brooklyn and in
the last year in Brooklyn, but the whole entire time he was in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee, yeah. So they obviously had that rapport, and the last, I guess, superstar
Sean Sweeney is his name.
Thank you, Sean Sweeney. So his stop in Milwaukee, they loved him. He went to Detroit after he was most recently in Detroit, and folks love him in Detroit as well. So everywhere this guy's gone,
Sadiq Bey, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, everywhere this guy's gone, the players have endorsed him and really liked him. So certainly, we have guys that we look at like a Dodo and Maxey, those guys that have big contributors, but also may have some more of a higher ceiling that potentially can be stretched with this new guy. So, I mean, look, we've talked, before about how we feel personally about Jason Kidd and the whole hiring, all that good stuff. At the end of the day, as fans, we obviously want to see him succeed. So, they could be taking steps in the right direction there. But, shout out to Will. I mean, if Rick was going to be this way, we should have got something back for him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We did him a solid by not asking for him.
Yeah, you could have got something out of it. You're right.
As well, if you're going to do all that.
I was going to say something about that. So with the Sean Sweeney hiring, him being known as one of the best development coaches, this might be a good thing for our rookies we had this year.
Sure.
Bay, Terry, and Green. Yep. Hopefully that'll get them. I think they had interviewed Tyrell Terry, man, and he kind of was talking about this next year, hopefully getting a more opportunity and being able to develop over the offseason. And I think that him, Bay, and Green are all going to be – well, actually, I don't know about Green because Green's playing for the Australian team. But I think Bay and Tyrell Terry, if I had to guess right now, are going to be in the Summer League.
Yeah,
going to be in the Summer League team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Summer League is this year. Thank God. I love Summer League.
Yeah.
But that's our 2 cents on the whole Rick Carlisle thing, man. Just have to kind of
get out.
Good riddance. All right, guys, here we go. What everybody's been waiting for. This is why everybody's here. Let's talk about free agency. So, like I said, you guys know on our last video we talked about the free agents of the front court, centers, and forwards. So today we're going to be talking about the power forward. I said power forwards. We're going to be talking about the shooting guards and the point guards. So we got a lot of names on here, man. There are a lot of people that have been kind of linking with the Mavericks. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start with the shooting guards first. Number 1 is a name y'all guys been hearing Will bring up a million times. He's been endorsing. I think he has a campaign going right now in Dallas.
He does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
there's a billboard. There's a billboard out for 35. And,
billboard. He had like one of those Piata dolls and all kind of stuff, man. Blow dolls, all that stuff, man. It's floating over the little floats, everything. He had all that set up for this guy here, man. And that's Demar Derozan.
Yes, sir.
From the last video y'all guys did, Will seems pretty convincing.
Banging the table.
Listen, I am if there's a fence, if I'm sitting on the fence, I'm leaning more towards yes. Because to me, out of all of these free agents, I think we've touched on this before on a video. He's one. This is how I'm looking at it. Whoever we get in free agency, if it's somebody that could be a number 2, I mean, not like Rashard Holmes, not a number 2. Somebody who can be a number 2. I'm looking at it like, okay, if Luka's on the bench, can I trust you to carry the team while he's on the bench? That's what I'm looking at.
Right.
And so for me, out of everybody I've seen so far, maybe John Collins, maybe. But I know DeMar DeRozan can do it because he did it before. He carried the team in Toronto.
Right.
And so that's why I say, to me, the only question with him is the threes. And what was the other one? Well, I think he work on the defense. I think he work on that. I think, too, a lot of time, man, I think defensive effort is all part of motivation. Like, if you're in a better team, you're going to be more motivated to play defense. That's just this is how it is.
Right.
Like you said, he's going to be 32 this coming season. Hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. I think I saw something where they said like since like 2000 and I want to say 13 or 14 or something like that, or 15, one of them. He's like the fourth leading scorer in the league. Like he scored that many points.
Oh wow!
In the league, yeah. So he's been a consistent scorer since then. Like there's no fall off to his averages, nothing like that, bro. So that's why I'm like, you get him. You're not asked to be the guy like you were in Toronto and in San Antonio. Now you have less to carry. Maybe your game will elevate a little bit more. Now I know it's gonna be kind of hard because he's 32. You got to factor all that in, but you're not asked to do as much. So I think that your game will be a little bit more if you're asked to do a little bit less.
Yeah.
But like I said, I would trust him to be in the game to carry the team over KP, who's 100 years younger. But yeah, I'm more now on the fence of yes to Demar Derozan.
Even if it's a max.
Now, you say max.
Let's say it fills up with $30 million available.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think it's gonna be $30 million though?
Well, he's made 20. He made 29. These past 3 years, 29.7, I believe it was. So it's right at 30.
Okay. What if it's 25?
I'm sold on him if it's 30, honestly. Because
you think he'll get over 30?
No. I'm just saying, like, if it is 30,
yeah.
I'm sold at 30. So I'm certainly sold.
Oh, you sold at 30? If
I'm sold at 30. Yeah. Only because I'm that confident in him being the number 2.
Okay.
We talked about last video with the front court. I'm only confident or comfortable with giving that max if I know you can be that number 2 option.
Yeah.
And I know,
like you said, he's a guy that I know we've seen him proven to be a number 1. So coming here, you can be stepping down 1. You don't have to have the pressure of being the guy no more. Mm-hmm. You have a young guy who's the guy or whatever. So I think his game will still be steady as being a number 2. Yeah. And like you said, I can trust him being in the game over KP if Luka goes to the bench. And I think with him and KP in together,
they can play off each other.
They can play off each other.
I agree.
I'm hoping it's not going to be 30 because I would like to save some of that money to use or something else. But I say yes to DeMar, man.
I think it's one of those things where you just hope that they can talk him into look. I mean, he's a Nike guy, so I'm sure he's got some kind of rapport with Nico to some degree.
Yeah.
If you could talk him into saying, look, take a little bit less than what you would get, for a team that won't be a contender. Like if you can take 24, that gives us more flexibility to bring some more guys in to help.
And we'll just hit you on the back end.
Well, yeah. So if it's that, obviously that's a preferred option because he may look at it and say, I got a chance to make something happen. He obviously hasn't won a championship. He had to watch his best friend get a championship after he left in Toronto. So certainly there's a chip on his shoulder from that degree and wanting to be able to get to that point. So I'm hoping that will be enough incentive for him to potentially take less than the 30 to give us that chance to continue to build a core around those guys. And the more you build a core around them, the less you have to get from him, and that could potentially extend things even further. So that's the hope. But even if that doesn't happen, like I was saying, I think Will has talked me into it.
Yeah, he talked me into it too. I'm kind of more on the. Like I said, I'm looking at it now. It's like if you're one of those guys that they're talking about being a number 2 option, you got to be a guy that I can trust you to handle the team while Luka's on the bench. You actually can give Luka some serious minutes to rest, not playing, 86 minutes a game and stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be somebody I can trust. I don't trust KP, but I do trust DeRozan because I've seen it before consistently.
And I think that's why I say, I know we'll go into next one, but I think that's why I say I'm comfortable with giving him the 30 because that's the go rate for number 2s. I mean, really, like if you look around the league, like that's the going rate for number 2s.
You know what, though, too?
That threshold.
Because now that you're saying that, I think if Dallas does go after him, they're going to give that 30.
They're probably going to have to.
I think they're going to give him a 30, bro.
To get him, because I mean, obviously, Dallas not going to be on a team that pursues him. Hell,
I'm hearing the Lakers are looking at him, too.
He's from LA, so, I mean, it makes sense.
But I think the only way the Lakers can get him, though, is a sign and trade, though.
Probably so because they don't have the cap space.
Yeah.
Kuzma.
All right. Yeah, right.
And J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole, yeah. All right, so this next guy, man, is probably Thomas's favorite player in the league, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh, yeah, his top 5 for sure.
He said he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, first ballot.
Shout out to Thomas.
Yeah.
You already know my stance on it, man. He's one of those guys like I need to go get somebody first and then I'll sign you.
Yeah.
Because I think, like I said on a previous video, he has a cap hold. He can be a cap hold or whatever. The only thing is like, let's say you get DeMar DeRozan, right? And you sign Tim Hardaway. So that means DeMar, Tim, Porzingis, and Luka are your 4 now. That's your 4 guys. Does that give you confidence that they can get over that hump?
You're top 4 in the West.
You think so? You know what though? Now that you say that, because I was sitting there thinking this. Because I think I said it before too. If you just think about it, Dallas went to 7 with just Luka. All he needed was just one consistent score. That's it. Mm-hmm. Just one guy to where he'll get the extra rest. He wouldn't be tired in the fourth. He didn't have to put up 30 points in the first half. None of that stuff. You get somebody like you said, DeMar is a walk-in bucket. You know what he's finna do, but you can't stop it.
Right.
And he ain't scared of nobody. He was going to take whoever was going to guard him, Kawhi Leonard, whoever. Because I was thinking about it too with him. You take Kawhi away from Luka because he's finna go out there and get you 25. So that's a 25 you got to watch. Either Paul George or Kawhi, one of them. Because, they didn't want one of them guys to guard Luka. So one of them would have probably ended up guarding DeRozan. So you would have to command. He would have commanded some attention. Would have freed up Luka a little bit more. Probably would have freed up Tim Hardaway some. But
that's why I say them 4 are top 4. Top 4 in the West. Now, obviously, you look at Golden State, who's now going to be back in that upper echelon, assuming that Clay. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be some kind of reshuffling of the deck in the West next year, but. I think if you have that 4 as your top 4, that's a lot more than it's a top heavy squad. But I think they're better than Utah at that point. Okay. I think they're better than Denver at that point. Only because Denver, after you go past Jokic and Jamal, it's a bunch of maybes. Like, I mean, obviously, they have Will Barton. They have MPJ. I'm about to say they have MPJ, obviously, but I'm saying maybe in terms of like consistency, right?
Yeah.
And he could potentially take that leap because honestly, if you look at them, they have a 4-2. If they can get Aaron Gordon to be consistent and MPJ to be consistent, they also have a top 4 team, a top 4, a big 4. So
if you think about it too, bro, now that you say that, I'm not really scared of anybody in the West. Now it's going to depend on what the Lakers do next year, like how they come
back.
But
I'm always going to respect the Warriors because look what they did without nobody. You get I'm sorry, Draymond. Anyway, but you have a legitimate number 2 coming back with Clay, who is a number 1 on a lot of other teams, and he's there with Clay. With Steph. Excuse me. I don't know what they're going to do with Wiseman. There's a lot of talks about them potentially packaging him in that top 5 pick for a big time player. Which if they do that, then that's a whole different discussion, right?
We better get DeMar then.
Yeah, for sure. Because man,
I'm telling you, if we can get DeMar and I'm sorry, I want to jump the gun, but
I know what you're about to say, but
I want to jump the gun, but So with Tim Hardaway, you say yes, huh?
I would say yes. I think there's a discussion about how much, and you hope that there's a way for him to potentially take a discount.
Because you know what I was hearing, bro? That he might be on the market, not him. Excuse me, on the market, he might be commanding about 20.
Yeah.
So it's not 25 or 28.
No.
It could be like 400.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Look. And there's somebody that we're going to be talking about soon that's demanding 5 for 125.
Yeah.
And I think he's a shade below that. So I think maybe he is.
So you're saying Tim is a shade below that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because the only reason why I say that is because of age
Yeah.
And I think that person we're going to talk about has proven himself to, and you talked about this before in previous videos, when he's the number one option, he's shown that he can be consistent in that realm. And so I think for that reason, if he asked for 5 for 125,
and that's he averaged more too, because more.
Right.
I mean, like he's averaged more than what Tim has. So
correct. Yeah. We really only have a half of a season sample size of Tim being. He's gonna get paid for that half a season.
Yeah.
But that's the only really sample size we have of him being that consistent guy, except for the playoffs, right? Like the playoffs, he wasn't really there.
Nobody was there.
There you go.
Well, all right, let's get this next one here.
Real quick, I'm gonna say this when you move on. You have to respond. That series ended up being a blessing in disguise somehow.
Why you say that?
It ended up being because now look at all the stuff that's happened since then. Like if we progressed and went further in the playoffs, we probably don't have a change of GM, probably don't have a change of head coach because you know what I mean. So it's
especially head coach, man.
Yeah. Right. It just ended up being a blessing in disguise somehow.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I think it was time for change anyway. I think a lot of people kind of felt that. This next was pretty interesting here, man. Definitely want to get your opinion on this one. Gary Trent Jr.
I'm not opposed.
I just want to know how much he's gonna be getting.
There you go.
Because he did put up numbers in Toronto, but sometimes we got to kind of make sure we don't fall into the trap of. It's kind of like you were saying. Matter of fact, perfect example on the last video. Oh, who?
Oladipo
Houston. Yeah. There you go. You already knew what I'm going to say. Yeah. Like he put that 19 up, but look who he was playing for though. There's nobody else out there to score. You know, wall out. You know, so you don't have no Hart or whatever. Right. So that 19 is a misleading 19. You play for the worst team in the league, so of course you're gonna be putting up 19 points. You know what I'm saying? And so that's no disrespect to. I like Gary Trent Jr. I like him. Yeah. I would love him to be one of our rotation guys. Like I would love him to be in the position of like Dorian or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like you're not asked to go in here and be the guy, but you're asked to play your role.
You know who he is.
Does that well.
You know who he is. Who? You know at least who this guy has been recently.
Who?
He's Reggie Jackson. If you're healthy, if you have a healthy Kawhi and a healthy PG, he's because Reggie's like the fourth. He would be like the fourth to fifth option. And I think Trent would be a fourth to fifth option. I'm not saying that because we've already talked about. I don't want to. We were talking about him already, but I'm just saying that like he's a spark plug that you don't necessarily have. I wouldn't depend on him, but he could be that guy that helps propel you to that next level. Yeah. Like because what he did in Portland was that he was like a dude who you saw Portland kind of. I know they got Norman Powell out of the deal, but I think they missed Gary Trent when they traded him.
You know what? Because remember we talked about that on the video, previous video. I said that. I mean, Norman Powell is straight, but I would have rather had Gary Trent Jr. Mm-hmm. And because for one, Gary Trent's a bigger guard than Norman Powell. So that's one. And he fits your system perfectly, man. All you asked him to do was to be just that energy and that defensive player. And he was a very good spot up three-point shooter.
You know what is that trade? What that trade is the same trade as what? I hate to put you on the spot, but that trade for Powell to trade Gary Trent to Toronto to get Norman Powell.
Seth Green? I mean, the Seth Curry trade?
It's the exact same trade. Because Norman Powell was, well, in terms of intent, they wanted a dude who could be a defender that could still shoot the ball well. And so we thought that Jay Rich was a defender, a solid winning defender that could shoot the ball well because he did that in Miami.
Yeah.
So their thought process was, we need to get better on the defensive end. We know CJ McCollum is not a defender. We know Dame is not a defender. I love them to death. They're not defenders. So they need to have a guy who's a guard that's a tough guard that can defend and can shoot the ball well.
Yeah, because he did average more than Gary. He averaged more than Gary.
Right. I think they thought that's what they were getting.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it was a bad trade because they did get something from it.
Yeah.
But I still feel like Gary just fit them better.
Norman Powell did a whole lot more than Josh Richardson did for us. That's for sure.
Yes. Just the trade, not the outcome. Yeah. But I think that the thought process was the same in terms of we got to give up shooting we're still going to get maybe he's a shade under Trent as far as shooting ability, but his defense is that much better that it's kind of worth the trade-off. I think that was the intent behind both those trades. To your point, they got a better deal with Powell than we got with Richardson, but I think the thought process was the same, that we got to give up this shooting a little bit to help bolster our defense on the from a backcourt perspective.
I don't think Toronto giving up Gary Trent. So who else they gonna get?
It just depends on what they're trying. What are they trying to do, bro? Like, what are y'all trying?
Actually, you know what? We don't know what their front office situation is either, because we still don't know what's going on with Majai. We don't know if he's coming back.
He's going back.
You think so?
The draft is in like two or 3 weeks. Like if you go on store, you need to go now because you gotta get all that in place. So I think he ended up staying.
You're right.
Unfortunately.
Hey, speaking of which, next person is Norman Powell.
Yep.
You say yeah? Yep. I don't think he's gonna command money.
You think so?
I know so. I've been hearing about him.
How much you think?
I'm gonna guess because I've been hearing his name as far as he finna get paid for the last like couple months now. And so
paid is what though? Is that 20? Is that
like probably 25? Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: would you rather have him or Tim Hardaway Jr.? Because it sounds like what you're saying is they're gonna be close in price. So it sounds like you would have to pick one or the other.
Maybe Tim's a bigger guard. That's the thing about Norman Powell. Powell's not a big guard, bro. He's like,
but Tim can't defend he can't defend.
Nah, he can't defend. I guess the only thing I'm scared of with Powell is he's like recently kind of got to this level. You know what I mean? Not saying that Tim Hardaway is up there or nothing, but we know what he is. He's kind of been more consistent with how he plays compared to Norman Powell.
I agree.
I still probably say Tim, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not adamantly saying, Tim, but probably Tim.
If you had to pick between the two, yeah.
Thomas, I know you're gonna watch this video. Go let me know who you say. Powell or Tim?
That's actually interesting. I'll be interested.
I want to get his opinion on that too. We might have hit him up and see what he say.
Yeah.
Oh wow. There's a name on this list that I didn't know was on here. Shout out to Daryl on this one. Horton Tucker.
Is he a free agent?
Yeah.
Restricted or unrestricted?
I don't know. Look that up real quick. I want to say he restricted, bro.
Hey, we gonna know.
No. You know what? He might be unrestricted because I think it was a second round pick, wasn't he? No, wait, no.
We gonna know when Daryl watches the video. We gonna know exactly when he watches it. Yeah. As soon as he watches, he gonna hit the chat.
You know what's funny too?
He is restricted.
Okay, yeah, so that's right. I don't know. What can we get him for?
So,
no.
All I'll say is this. Excuse me. Because he's restricted, I don't think he goes anywhere. Because that means you got to overpay to get him out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere near interested overpaying for him. So I would say no, only because he's restricted. If he was unrestricted,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind kicking the tires on him and seeing. But because he is restricted, that means that the only way that he would be gone is if someone just was paying too much for the Lakers to match. And I don't want to be that team to do that.
I agree. Yeah. I think the Lakers gonna probably keep him too. I think they're gonna probably find a way to get rid of Kyle Kuzma, which his contract is not bad. It should be easy to. I think they did it on purpose too. It was kind of like, we're gonna pay you this to kind of like.
It's a wait and see type of thing.
And it's like, look, if you make it, cool. You're not making that much, but if you don't make it, you're not making that much. We can easily move you. So I think they did that kind of on purpose. So this next name, man, is a name I've been hearing recently. Josh Hart.
I think it depends on how much, but I'm not opposed. Another good defender. Undersized, to some degree, but
I wonder how much he's commanding on the open market, though.
Right. I think that
he's kind of like
don't see paying him. See, I think he
by 12.
Yeah, but I said I think he's more than MLE, unfortunately. Which I would want him for if I wanted to get him, I would want him for MLE, but I think he'd be more. Well, I would say I think he would get more than that in the open market.
Yeah.
I also think it depends on whoever New Orleans gets as a coach, how they see him in their scheme, because as of right now, they don't have a coach, so who knows what.
Man, I'm surprised they didn't look at Jamal Mosley.
I am too, honestly.
That would have been. Man, that's two coaches. The last 2 summers, I told y'all, like they slipping on. They should have got Kenny Atkinson last year, and then they should got Jamal.
I wanted Kenny Atkinson to be on our bench, bro. I wanted him.
Yeah,
to
he
be,
just signed with
who
he signed with?
Somebody recently, like really.
Yeah,
recently.
I was like, damn it. I want to say, was it Golden State?
Ooh, I hope not, because if it was Golden State,
Atlanta, somebody like that, bro. Like they got it. He went to. I think he went to a good. What was it, Boston?
Maybe it was.
I don't
know why I'm. I don't know why I'm asking when I can't.
Yeah. Look, take that out real quick. I knew he signed was. I want to say Golden State, bro. Because I was like, man, are you serious? But yeah, I'm surprised.
Ooh,
like
he's going to. Okay, I mean he's going to the Golden State.
Yeah, I knew it, bruh.
Damn, man, Rich.
I'm trying to tell you, kids should have been on. I don't know. I can't tell. Like I said, we don't know kids' style.
Tough.
So I don't know who would fit and who wouldn't or whatever. So
yeah,
I would have definitely got Kenny Atkinson, bro.
1,000%.
I said that. Man. I think Will said that on the last when he this past offseason, he said we should have got Kenny Atkinson. But yeah, I would have mind Kenny Atkinson. He's a good development coach, bro. We could have had him with Sweeney,
and that would have been a good insider track to get one of the guys we're going to talk about soon, right? That would have been good.
Oh yeah,
because he used to coach him.
Yes, sir.
A good inside track to get him. Dang.
Funny you said that, bro, because your favorite guard is coming up next.
Next?
Mr. Fournier, a former Orlando fame.
No, thank you.
Thank you. That's gonna be enough for me. I'm passing that up. Yeah. Victor Oladipo.
If it's a prove a deal, I'm in.
Now hold on. What you mean by a prove a deal?
Prove a deal.
A prove a deal could be like 13 or 14.
And I'm fine with that for him.
You serious?
Yeah.
So you want to take half of the 30 mil to sign him?
You're paying for it's only for 1 year, so it's not like you're tied to him.
No, but I'm saying so I'm talking about with that 14, you're eating into that 30 to get.
No, I know, but if it doesn't work, you cut bait immediately. Like it's not like you're committing long term. So yeah.
I know that part. Yeah.
I'm just saying that's why I'm okay with it, because you're only doing it for a year. So
I'm doing it for a year. You're getting the veteran minimum, bro. Not veteran minimum. The mid level.
MLE.
Yeah, you get the mid level for 1 year. That's pretty much. It's pretty much. It's like 4 off.
His options are gonna be. But see, like to me, like for example, last video we talked about Laurie Marketing potentially getting a prover deal.
Yeah,
his prover deal is not gonna be in MLE. It's gonna be probably between 15 to 18, I think. But I'm looking at it like, let's just use Tim Hardaway as an example. Right. If Tim Hardaway is making 19 million this year, which is what he made, I can't really, and I'm not saying that Depot is better than Tim Hardaway. I think he has more upside.
When he was healthy, he was. Yeah.
Right. So that's the only reason why I say 15. I would pay 1 year, 15 million to prove it, to see. Because if he does prove it, he's gonna get 25 at least the next contract.
I wouldn't mind,
because he's still young. Like, he's not like a baby, but he's still young.
I wouldn't mind signing him to a 1 year deal. Say that veteran, I keep saying veteran, the mid level for 1 year, and have him come off my bench.
He's on the bench either way.
Come off the bench. Sure. He would definitely strengthen our bench. Can you imagine a guy like that come off our bench, a defender, and a guy that can score, create on his own? You know what I'm saying? Like, say you can get him and Demar this offseason. That'd be a huge upgrade. Because now you have multiple guys that create and guys who've proven that they can carry teams in their career. You know what I'm saying? And so it's what's that high risk, low reward? No.
Low risk, high reward.
Yeah, there you go. That's I think he would be one of those situations. Like I said, you get him a prove it deal for like, I wouldn't be surprised if I got him one of the little $5 million like they were doing DeMarcus Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Just keep giving him little small contracts until he can finally prove that he's healthy enough to be able to get that max contract. Yeah, I mean that's and plus, on top of that, like you said, he's not old, but he's not super young either. He's like 28 or 29 or something like that. So so I can definitely see him getting like you get this little 1 year 5, or maybe like a 2 year $10 million contract or something like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you up there at that age, like DeMarcus was, and you had these multiple surgeries with the injuries or whatever. So I take that risk. Another ball handler, somebody can create for themselves, play off of what's the boy name? JB. You know what I'm saying? I definitely take that risk. That's what's gonna happen.
I think we both agree on the risk. I just think we don't. I think we differ on the money, on the price, because. I also think it just depends on what he wants to, right? Like, because certainly if we offer him 2 for $10, because look at it. Look, Montrezl Harrell is making $9.5, $10 million, and I'm going to pay him half of that. Like, Montrezl
is healthy too.
I know, but what Depot can contribute if both players are healthy, let's say they're both healthy, I don't think his contracts were half it. Now, I guess I'll take a step back. Are you saying that, let's just say they work him out and he appears to be healthy, and whatever issues he had before, he appears to have come on the other side of them, you're still just staying 1 for 5 for him? If he's cleared and he's like, because you got to bring him in before you sign him. I
want to go no higher than about 9, man. Which is the MLE.
That's MLE,
yeah. I don't want to go as high as 9, because they thought he was healthy last year, remember? And then he ended up kind of injuring again, and ended up being out for the rest of the season. So that's why I say I don't want to go no higher than 9, man. I could see him doing, like I said, the DeMarcus Cousins type of contract where the last 3 teams or whatever he was on, he was signing no 1 year proven deals, but he was like $5 million here, $5 million here, which is the veteran minimum. That's a veteran minimum.
He's going to minimum,
And so just kind of be playing out that at least that 1 year. Oof. If you healthy, then you could probably get you a 2 or 3 year contract after that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Let me see what we got next here. Alex Caruso.
Nah, next person.
I don't want to either. Okay, here's an interesting name, bro. Lou Will. Now, Lou Will is up there in age now. Like, if you told me this 5 years ago,
I'm good.
Yeah, he's like 35 now, so I'm good with Lou. This is a name somebody threw out. I think on Locked On Mavs or on the Fan. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. Alex Burke, I mean.
I think I heard him on. I think it was Locked On and mentioned him.
He's a guy that. He's like one of those, him type people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah, I'll pass on.
Good shooter, good defender.
He's very solid. He is the quintessential player that he does exactly what you ask him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't go beyond his role. He doesn't play less than his role. He is very solid and does what you ask him to do.
But I also think he needs to be in a certain system.
That's it.
I think
he definitely needs to be a 7th or 8th man guy off the bench. He's not no 6th man. You know what I'm saying? Not a potential
honestly,
starter.
I feel like the Knicks is a perfect spot for him. I think if he goes anywhere else, he doesn't contribute the same way he does the Knicks.
He played the perfect role, like at the 8th man off the bench.
And Tibbs is one of those guys that wants a defender. He's a great defender, and he also has a bonus, can shoot the 3 very well. So I think I think he's at the best place he can be, and I think he's upstaying there as well.
All right, man. Here we go. We got Brent Forbes.
I'm not mad at Brent Forbes coming, but what's his role and where does he fit? Right?
The only thing is with him, he's a backup point guard. He's pretty much Jalen Brunson.
That's all I'm gonna say. What's his role? How does he fit?
That's what I'm saying. Like I probably pass on that one, bro.
I would say I guess I'll put an asterisk, and I'll say if they make some sort of move that gets JB out of here, I think I would be okay with it. Right? If there's assume like let's say KP moves and they put him in that KP KP deal.
Then
now you got a whole backup. I think he's a good guy to bring in as well.
Yeah, he's like a I can't say a Malcolm Brogdon. He's better than Malcolm Brogdon. Better than him. Like maybe like a Corey Joseph type. A very solid.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, a very solid, consistent.
Like a DJ Augustine.
Yeah, DJ Augustine. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. All right, so I think
Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague, kind of. In terms of like, he's a steady guy.
Yeah,
Jeff Teague is a steady guy. He can shoot the ball well. If you told me to pick between them two, I think I'd pick Jeff Teague. To be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Because only reason why
I think Bo's a better defender though. Well, I mean, everybody better defend than Teague, but yeah. So it's not saying. I know it's not saying.
I just think like I like his veteran, like steady. Like I would be more comfortable with him running my second team than Brandon Forbes because
that's right.
Brandon's really just a shooter. Like he's not really a guy that's gonna
do anything. He can't put the ball on the floor.
He can bring the ball over and facilitate, but I think Jeff Teague's better at that than him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think if you get rid of JB, you got to have somebody that's gonna be able to do that. I think he can do that.
That's true. I agree. Here's another one, dog. That was the name that was linked to the Mavs a couple years ago. Danny Green.
Next person.
Yes, sir. And last but not least, with the shooting guards, Malik Monk.
Next person.
Yeah. Nah. And it's crazy, man, because Malik was one of the names that was linked to the Mavs when we were talking about drafting that year. The 2017 draft. I'm so glad. I was so glad we didn't get him, bro. Because people kept saying, I remember Skin was one of them too. Was like, Malik can do this and that. And I watched Kentucky, man. I watched every dribble of Kentucky, and I was just like, he was an undersized shooting guard, and I was just like, nah, we don't need any more because around that time too, Dallas was like known for having those tweeners.
Yeah,
those point guards that were really shooting guards and all that. I was like, no, we don't need no more of that, man. We need some actual point guards. All right, bro. Here we go. They're the point guards. This is when the list gonna start really getting interesting right here.
Let's get it. I'm excited.
Number 1 is somebody I was gonna bring up. You told me to shut up. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry. Okay, so I think I brought this up before. I would want Kyle Lowry if you can find a way to get him and DeRozan in here. Mm-hmm. Like if you got him and DeRozan, bring them on in. If you're telling me that we not getting DeRozan, but then you turn around and get Kyle Lowry, I'm like, I don't know about that one, bro. Mm-hmm. Because Kyle Lowry is 35. Mm-hmm. And like, let's just say you get him, but you don't have DeRozan. Now you're going to be asking Kyle Lowry to do a little bit more. I mean, I know he's done it in his career, but he's up in age to the point it's like, you don't want him to do more. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him to do more. You want him to now fit a role. Mm-hmm. He can be I think if he was come here, I think he'll start. He'll probably start with Luka. Yeah, so he'll be that veteran presence. He'll be that steady hand in the fourth quarter. And he could be a guy that you can sit Luka for an hour and a half on the bench and he'll be okay. He can carry the team, like I said. But I would rather have him with DeRozan. Now, if you tell me you can get both of those guys in here, let's get this thing popping, bro. Because then I would feel a whole lot better with Kyle, DeRozan, Luka, and then you got KP. Because like I said, that'll be your 2 veteran presence who have the track record. Kyle is a championship player. Known all over the league of being a steady hand player, you know what I'm saying? A veteran presence, can defend and shoot the 3. Yeah. And so, like, I think Will brought it up too. In the later years, after winning the championship, he's more clutch. Matter of fact, I know you remember that game he played against us. We had them down by I think almost 30, man. I was like, oh my God.
Killing us,
bro. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would like Kyle if.
And I know Will had mentioned before, and God bless him, I love Will like a brother. But he's kind of dead set on him coming off the bench, and that's not gonna happen. Like
that's not I've been knowing because of my family, but as long as we've been talking about basketball, he's always been one of those guys. He wants to build up a bench because he sees these other teams.
That makes sense.
And also too, he saw how we were in 2011. It's like, look, we just get our bench up. You don't have to play your starters 85 minutes a game. You know,
that's true.
You can have that wave of players coming in. So I understand where he's coming from, but I'm guaranteed. Look, if Kyle Lowry comes here, he's starting.
He's starting. There's no question about it.
Yeah, he's starting.
And I get maybe just because we look at Luka, Luka's the point guard. So if you get the point guard, he's the backup point guard. But Luka can play out the ball, and we've seen that with him playing with Slovenia so far.
That's for those people who think he a ball hog and he can't play out the ball, man. It's like, have you seen him play with? Not just this year. Just go look at YouTube highlights of him and Druggage playing together, bro. And even Druggage said that before.
That's exactly right.
He can play off the ball. It's just that the only why he's doing that here because he has to. There's nobody else.
Who else should get the ball to?
Exactly. We had that talk before too. So
right. And I think they kind of thought, like, you know, when they drafted Dennis, when they drafted him after, they wanted to kind of figure out a way to put him and Dennis Smith Jr. on the floor at the same time.
It didn't work because Dennis couldn't play off the ball.
Right. So but yeah, no, I mean, my only thing with Lowry is just I can't get past 35, bro. That's
I understand. Thing. That's why I was saying if you get him, that's because he got to be an if in there too. I will get him.
It can't just be him.
Yeah, it can't. Like I said, if you say we're not getting DeRozan, but you mean they'll sign Kyle Lowry, I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'm not. That doesn't make me feel any better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's at age 35. I know he's a veteran, so I say like at that age, you don't want him to do more. You want him to be a steady hand. Like if you're gonna be steady, you got to have people in front of you that can help make it easier for you. Which is why I'm saying you have Luka and DeRozan. That'll make his game a whole lot easier. Because you saw what he did with DeRozan. And him playing with DeRozan and Luka is way better than, well, I guess you could put it up there with him and playing with him and Kawhi, pretty much. No, I'm sorry. He didn't play together. No. Well, I would say him playing with Kawhi and Pascal, DeRozan and Luka is better. You see what I'm saying? Like if you had Luka.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, because Luka, you put Luka, I say Luka and Kawhi cancel each other out. I say DeRozan is better than Pascal. So you playing with Pascal, you see what I'm saying? So those two will make your game a whole lot easier to where you're not asked to do. You see what I'm saying? So that way you're not asked to do as much. So
and you should be looking at ways to extend your career.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. So, like that's why I said if we get him, it's got to be an if. I don't just want him, and that's all we got for the offseason. And I'm like, oh God, he gonna break down in game one. You know what I'm saying? And so and you got to play some. You really got to play here because we're trying to. If we make the move we think we're going to move, we're going to be in that top 4 echelon next year. You know what I'm saying? So you're really going to need to be a grinder. And I feel like the best way for you to do that is if we have another player to come with you that'll take their pressure off of you.
Before we move on to the next person, what's your max amount to sign Kyle?
See, that's the thing. The one thing
because you're now eating into DeMar's contract too if you do that. So now y'all both got to take less.
See, also too, you know that you can also dip into the mid-level and into the better minimum.
You can take, you
can dip into that. So let's just say, like for example, so you had that 30, and then whatever that 9 is. So say you give DeMar 25. I'm just throwing a number out there. You give him that 25, that leaves you 14. Maybe you can give him that 14 for that 1 year or whatever, or maybe 2. You probably sign for like 2.
Yeah, 2.
Maybe 2 and a 1 or whatever. Or maybe a 1 and a 1.
1 and a 1 would be great.
Yeah, 1 and 1 would be great. So I'm just gonna say for the sake of this conversation, we're gonna say a 1 and 1. Okay. So that first year you get that 14, DeMar gets that 25. So you still have a mid-level left. And then of course you could trade some people off and get extra cap space, which that's not gonna be hard to do because the Lakers done it last year when people say, oh, they ain't got no cap space. And they end up trading folks off and getting more assets. So
you trade J Rich, pick up Will.
He's only got 11. Willie. You could trade that 1 year 11 off. That'd be 11 off somebody's books. Just trade it for like a second round pick or something.
And Willie also. Willie with that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so like I said, you know what? I was thinking about that the other day.
Just saying.
Luka
be mad, but he'll be fine.
I was gonna say, how would Luka like that though?
Look, here's a trade-off, bro. We getting rid of Boban, but you getting JJ as a coach. So I mean, come on, man. You got to work with this, bro.
Yeah,
you can't have it all.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I said they can find ways, bro. They can find ways.
Yeah,
because we got contracts that aren't hard to move. Besides, other than KP, we got contracts that aren't hard to move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These guys aren't signed to these ridiculous contract, and Donnie did that for a reason. Just in case, like, hey, we do need to free some cap space up. We got these contracts that we can easily move, and so, but yeah, with that, bro, I think you can. And what I'm telling you on video, I think there's a way you can get both of them within that cap. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing is, you get both of them. I don't think they will sign Tim Hardaway back. I don't know.
You think he's gone? Okay. I think he's gone. only because what they would offer him, someone will offer him more. Like I think they still try and sign him back, but I think someone offers him more, and I think he looks at, there's more shooters here taken away from my potential shots and my potential minutes. I can go get my same minutes somewhere else and make more. So I think he does leave, but not for lack of effort.
Still trying to figure out, because if he go to Miami, bro, sign a trade on them boys. You give me Tyler Hero. Shoot, you tell me Tyler Hero come off your bench?
Yeah.
That's buckets right there, bro. And he young? Buckets.
Yeah. That's a guy who can come off the bench and not I think not having to feel the pressure of his role in Miami with Jimmy and just kind of be a guy that can, like you said, contribute.
Yeah.
It'd be great. And I don't know if you have Duncan Robinson on your list?
Oh, snap.
Because if not, we need to
No, he's not on there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
that's what I'd rather have him than Tyler Hero.
Ooh.
He's bigger.
Yeah, true.
He's more consistent.
I mean, he's not too much bigger than him.
I mean,
Tyler's like 6'6". Duncan Robinson was 6'8", I think.
Oh man, look.
6'5". I think he's 6'6".
Tyler?
Yeah, I think Tyler's 6'6", ain't he? I mean, I could be wrong. I thought he was 6'6", and like Duncan was like 6'7", 6'8". I know he's like 6'7".
Tyler's 6'5". I didn't think he was that tall, to be honest with you. Duncan 6'7". So yeah, they're dang.
Oh, how tall?
Tyler 6'7" then 6'5".
Okay, so yeah, I was close. Yeah, about 6'5", 6'6". So yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. You know what I'm saying? Like instant bucket off the bench. Now I would use him in the role of like JJ. Tyler Hero. JJ. Bro, let him come off them down curls and all that, bro. Just run off the screens like Rip Hamilton.
Dog.
Like, free him up for
Duncan Robinson averaged 42% from three for his career. Like,
I think Miami.
Tyler's only 37.
I think they would trade. I think they would trade Tyler before they let Duncan go.
Because I think Duncan's restricted.
Oh, he is. Okay.
I think he's coming up. I think he may be restricted, but I know he's coming up for sure.
I don't think Miami letting him go, bro. That's they shooting right there, bro. We talking about Kyle Korver type shooting right there, bro. Like you add a guy like that, like JJ Riddick. Remember when the Clippers had JJ? That one guy all of a sudden gave people the perception like, oh, they're a shooting team. Like, no, it's just that one guy that's a shooter. But that one guy can change that whole perception of your team, bro.
Oh, he's restricted.
Damn. He restricted? Yeah. They're not letting him go, bro. He letting him go. I can see him. I can see him signing him back.
Back to Tyler then.
All right, bro.
Which makes Tyler even more dispensable at that point.
I really think that they're gonna try to find a way to get. Like I said, if you want Tim Hardaway, you can have him, but I want Tyler Hero back because you're gonna need some buckets off the bench, bro. Because Tim is your bucket off the bench. He's younger, and like I said, he's an instant bucket. And I think, like you said too, with him, I think if he is a change of scenery, that'd be a big upgrade for him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got South Beach.
And we got a nice developing team now with Sweeney coming here in Dallas.
That would be nice.
There you go, right there, bro. There you go. All right, so the next guy on the list here is Mike Conley. I think you and Will kind of brought him up on the last video. So yeah, for Mike Conley. I see Mike Conley for me is the same. I look at him in the same vein as Kyle Lowry.
Oof.
I would want him if. But you know what? I'm sorry.
Mike Conley's way at this point. I would take Mike Conley way over
Kyle Lowry.
Oh my God! It's not to me. It's not even close. Like, not to say that. I mean, obviously Kyle's great, but I just feel like I feel like if Conley's, I would have absolutely no question about him being able to stabilize the offense.
You know what?
He's tough-minded. He's 2 years younger.
You got a point, bro. Because I was sitting there thinking, you put him in the game with KP.
What?
Bro, you got me sold. I'm sorry.
I'm just I don't think.
Just
I don't
come on
think
over here, bro.
It's not even a question to me. Like, oh man, it's not even a question to me. He's an upgrade to me over Kyle. I I guess my question would just be, he's going to demand a lot of money.
That's the thing. I was going to say, too, before you started saying that.
Yeah, go ahead.
They had a report just came out. I don't know. I think I sent it to y'all. Utah's going to try to sign him back.
And they should.
Yeah, they report came out that Utah's going to go ahead and try to sign him back or whatever. So I was like, crap.
But the thing about it is, like, they got to figure it out because you have, like, I don't know what they have a really good team.
Yeah.
But you have
is
guys
it good enough to get them over that hump, though?
Yeah, and you got to pay some of those dudes. Like, I don't know Ingles' contract situation. I don't know Bogdanovich's contract situation. But, like, you got a lot of guys around them that I'm looking at Gallo and saying, if Gallo's making 20, like, English has got to be – he should make 17 at least. And then you got Clarkson, 6 man of the year. He should be making 20. If Gallo's making 20, I think he should be making 20, or at least around there. And then you got Bogdanovic. I don't think he should be making 20, but he should be making at least 15 to 17. So it's like you have all these pieces that you have to pay. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell's going to have a max contract.
No, he already got it, didn't he? It's like this coming up season, don't it?
Okay, well, so that kicks in, and then Gobert.
And then Rudy got it, yes.
So it's like, you don't got all this money, and it's not like Utah's this huge market. Like, I don't know. Obviously, they have a new ownership, with D Wade and all those guys in there. So they may be willing to go over the luxury tax and more. But you got to look at that too. Like, how much are you willing to commit to him long term? Knowing
how much
33?
Are you hearing how much he's commanding on the open market?
I don't know, but I know he made over $25 million this past year. So I don't know what. I mean, it can't be too much less than that. So I think now it's almost to the point to where we have a discussion about if it's between him and DeMar, who would you pick? And if I'm being honest,
I say DeMar, man.
I'm picking Conley.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm that confident in Conley's ability to be that number 2.
So do you think that Conley can be a Chris Paul-esque type of impact?
He could have that influence. He could. Okay. He could. Not the same, but similar, right?
No.
I think he could.
I was thinking about that the other day, too, when I kept hearing his name being thrown around with the Mavs, because that report came out a few reports coming out about that, because remember Dallas was trying to get him.
They tried to get him
in 2016 or 17 or whatever year it was. Mm-hmm. And there was a rumor that he might be interested in Dallas. That's one of the teams they're interested in or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I was sitting there thinking when I heard, I think Locked On Mavs had brought it up. It's like, can he be a Chris Paul type of influence on this team? And
I think he could.
I think he could
over.
I don't know, bro. I really feel like we need not so much like Kyle Lowry, but I just really feel like we need that another piece. Like, who would you be able to afford if you're talking about giving him that money? Not
nobody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean he's not getting the full 30 or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But
somebody's gonna offer it to him. Because I just pulled up his contract. He made $34 million this year.
But he's 34 though.
I know. He's 30. He'll be 33 going into the season.
Oh, he's gonna be 33.
Yeah, he turns 33 in August.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. You got me thinking a little bit. I thought he was gonna be 34. Damn it, Gerard.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You're right. He turns 34 in August. Not that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He'll be 34 going into the season. But he made $34 million last year. 32 the year before that. 30 the year before that. So
we've had success with older point guards coming in there. Yeah, that's a kid should know.
Listen, man, I've just talked myself into it during the discussion.
Bro, you kind of get me in there, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If you're telling me right now I got to pick between DeMar DeRozan and Mike Conley, I'm picking Mike Conley, bro.
Damn. Oh, man, I wouldn't mind having Conley. It's just y'all already sold me on the DeMar thing.
He can shoot the three better than DeMar.
I guess because I'm still thinking of, like, okay, like I said, if I'm putting Luka on the bench, like give him sign of rest, who do I trust more to carry this team between DeMar and Mike Conley?
Mike Conley gets more out of the players around him than DeMar would.
Oh, man.
So I'm saying, even if DeMar gives you a little bit more offensively, Mike still gives you more because he can get a Dwight Powell more involved. He can get other guys in good spots to maybe whether it's wide open shots or rim runners, stuff like that. He can really facilitate the offense, whereas DeMar is just filling the cup up.
Damn, you got me thinking, bro. That's whew. I'm about to come back to that one, boy. You got me thinking right now.
Listen, either one's a good.
Either one. Like,
if that ends up being the situation where we have to pick between one of those dudes, I feel like we have successful offseason, right?
Yeah.
But if that was, like I told Will in the last video, if Nico called you and said, "Will, I need you to decide between this person and this person," who would you pick? I'm picking Mike, bro. I'm picking Mike.
Cause I'm trying to run scenarios in my head, and I think it's harder to do that because we don't know what kids.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But Mike's the point guard, and DeMar's not. And if that's a tiebreaker, and Jay Will's your coach, I'm looking at Mike.
Man, you're not wrong in either way, but
and we talked about this before, and I know I'm sure we gotta move on, but. Like I think I was talking to Will about this. I'm not sure if it was Will or you, but we talked about how, in previous situations where I'm using Houston as an example, but when it was Chris Paul and James Harden, they started together, but they staggered their rotation. Yeah. When Russie and James Harden were in there, they started together, but they staggered the rotation. This could be the exact same thing. You have Mike Conley and Luka start, but the rotation is staggered. So you're getting Luka less minutes. Yeah. You're getting Mike Conley less minutes, and you're having the luxury of having two ball handlers that can facilitate and do similar things.
And Mike Conley can play out the ball too.
Right.
Because he did it in Utah.
Correct.
So, bro, I might sleep on that one, bro. You got me thinking now. Because I'm thinking of, like I said, the two scenarios. DeRozan can be that guy that Luka go on the bench. You can carry the offense, but then Conley can be that steady hand and can probably find ways to get KP involved because Conley don't have to go out there and score 20, 25 points.
But he can.
He can.
I'm just saying, you're right. Yeah. That's probably his primary.
He gonna look more towards setting KP up. So if you running the ball through KP, you can't leave him open. You know what I'm saying? You still got to pay attention to him. So, man, yeah, you got me thinking, bro. I don't know, bro. Like that's, whew.
It's a good problem to have.
Yes, it is.
Picking between those two.
All right, here's the next one here, bro. Mm-hmm. Lonzo Ball.
I'm not mad at Lonzo. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not. The only question for me and Lonzo is how much is it going to be? Because, listen. Buddy's got a better three-pointer than I ever would thought he'd have. He fixed the jump shot. Whoever broke it down and rebuilt it, he's got a lot better shot. He's a long defender that we do not have right now in terms of a wing. I mean, a backcourt guy. Yeah. I think he improves that there. My only thing would be the discussion we talked about consistently is, can he be that guy when Luka's not playing?
There you go. That's consistent. The only thing I
don't know if that's the case with him. Yeah. So that's why I said if it's a lower amount potentially, but I'm not giving him a max. I'm not giving him anything like that.
Nope.
But if MLE's there, I'm not mad at that. If it's $12 million, I'm not mad at that.
He's one of those guys too. It's like if all my options are ran out, then I'll look at you. Like you're not one of my he's on top of the list.
He's a primary target. Yeah.
Like dang, around all these guys, who got left? Yeah, Lonzo, all right, bro, come on.
All right, Lonzo, come on.
You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see who the next one is. Well, here's the subject I think you were ready to talk about. Spencer Dimwitty.
Yes, sir.
So there was a report that the Mavericks are interested in Spencer Dimwitty. Mm-hmm. But Spencer Dimwitty is commanding. He said this himself. This is not a rumor. He said this himself. He is commanding. His words. He wants 125 for 5. But I think Brooklyn can offer him 196.
190. Yeah. 196. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, dang, 196? Was it 196?
It's either 190 or 196, 1 and 2. It's at least 190. I know that.
Almost $200. I mean, that's $200. Almost $200 million.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's 4 off of Luka. He ain't getting a supermax. Well, his rookie extension.
Well, Luka's is
rookie extension.
Yeah.
Well, now we know how much you want. That's I don't know about that.
For much. That amount.
Yeah, that amount, I don't know, bro. Because I think we talked about it before. If it's like 20 to 22, I can probably see. I'll probably be in there. Yeah, Tim Hardaway numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I like Spencer Dimwitty, but I don't know about that much he's talking about, bro. That's a little too much. What'd you say it was per year? You said 31?
No, that's 5 for 125, 25 a year.
Oh, 25 years, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nah, I'll probably pass, bro. I'll probably pass.
For that.
He's also one of those guys, too, if you can get him and then, like, another, like, guy, like, say you throw in, like, Alonzo Ball. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, you throw in a Victor Oladipo at the end with the veteran minimum or something like that.
You
Maybe.
Give me that, I'm sold.
If
you give me Spencer and Oladipo, I'm sold.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you an if guy now. You should ask for that much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, it's an if. It's an if for me. If you can get like a Victor to go along with that, I'll be fine.
25 is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. You was a 6 man. Because I don't know if he could be I don't know if I would start him. Would you start him in the backcourt with Luka?
Who would start now in the backcourt with
Luka? Tim Hardaway.
Oh yeah.
He more consistent than Tim Hardaway. That's the only thing.
Consistent Tim Hardaway. I mean, yeah, I think I would start him.
How tall is he? Ain't he like 6'4"?
He's not. He's like a combo size, so he's not big. Let me see. Because he would start, and I think if he starts, then he's 6.
He's getting 25. He's gonna have to start.
He's 6'5". Wow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, nice size guard. About the same size as Tim Hardaway. Like I said, more consistent. They're about the same age. So
yeah, he's a little bit young. He's 28, so he's a little bit young. He just turned 28 too. So, I think 25 is a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. Because if Tim Hardaway not getting 25, I don't know.
That's the thing, and it's just like,
and you know he's not a great 3-point shooter either. Tim was a better 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I think
for his career he's a low 30% 3-point shooter.
That boy said he went 5 for 125.
Mm-hmm. I mean he a walking bucket. It's just I don't know. Nah, I'll probably pass on that for what he's talking about.
And then for me, it's like, this is how I look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's asking for 5 for 125 from the Nets. And he knows that if he goes because the way he phrased his comment was, I can get 196.
Oh,
and I'm not saying that I'm asking for 196.
Right.
But if they can get me in for like 5 for 125, he feels comfortable with that. So what I'm saying is he wants them to pay 5 for 125, knowing that he is not going to be a starter. And he's not going to be a primary ball handler. He's not going to be like he's basically saying, I'm going to come off the bench and make $25 million a year. Because he's not going to start over James, he's not going to start over Kyrie, right? So he's going to be a backup. So he's saying, I will stay in Brooklyn as a backup if you pay me 5 for 125. So if he goes somewhere else,
it'd be less.
He's gonna want more.
Oh, gotcha.
Because his role is gonna be more.
Because if you're talking about 5 for, we can only offer him a 4-year deal.
Right, but what's the APY? Like what's the average? Like what are we 4-year what though? Like what are you offering? Because their max is 196.
Now you put it like that. If you're talking about 25 with Brooklyn,
he wants
30 for everybody else.
That's my point.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like Spencer, but nah, bro.
because he's gonna know he knows that if he leaves, he's gonna want to start wherever he goes. Yeah. So he's gonna demand more money, 25. He's saying, I'll tell Brooklyn they can pay me 25 to come off the bench.
Yeah, nah, I'm good, bro. All right, man. This next one is an interesting name. It's been thrown around in Dallas before too. Gordon Druggage.
I don't see people seeing him. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not saying he's not good, but he's old and he's already starting to break down a little bit. I know the Tyler Luka makes sense with the Slovenian Tyler Luka makes sense, but I think whatever it takes to get him price wise is more than what I'm willing to pay.
Veteran minimum.
That's got to be it. And he got to really want to come here to play with Luka.
You know what, too? I know it's off subject, but you remember a couple years ago when we had that trade with Miami that we were trying to get Gordon Dragic?
That fell through, yeah.
Yeah. You want to know what happened?
Guess who was in that trade? Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah. And you want to know what happened with that whole situation? I don't know if you heard this story. So the reason why that trade fell through is because Miami was getting calls from two different people, Donnie and Bob.
Oh.
That's why it fell through.
So were they offering two different things?
Yep. That's why you heard two different stories. We were supposed to get Kelly and
Derrick Jones.
Or we supposed to get Gordon Dragic. That's why. Found that out today. I said, are you serious? I said, now that's starting to make a whole lot of sense.
It makes sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense, bro.
There were stories about other executives. Maybe this was the executive saying that they would get calls from Donnie.
Yeah.
And they would get calls from Bob.
Yeah.
So they didn't know who was running the show because they were getting different calls about different.
That's what happened with this situation.
Pieces.
Yep, that's what happened, bro. They said they were getting different calls from people. They said, like I said, they got it from Donnie and then they got it from Bob. And so when I heard that, like, see, that all goes part of with that article we heard is like, bro, you overstepping your boundary. You are an assistant coach. What are you doing?
But that's Mark's fault.
Yeah, it is Mark's fault.
Setting that boundary appropriately.
Because they said too, in that same a video I was watching, they were saying that Mark didn't, like, you know how like usually you supposed to like, okay, your GM gives you the information, then y'all go forward with that or whatever, right?
Sure.
They said Mark was getting information from different guys, and like one day you might one day you might have Bob's ear, might have your ear one day. Donnie might have your ear the next day. The water boy might have your ear the next day after that. And it's just that's what was going on with that whole situation with Mark. I know that's not the subject we were talking about today, but yeah, I had to put that in there, bro. I just learned that today. And I was just like, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
a whole lot of sense.
Even further why I say blessing in disguise somehow. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think Dragic is just too old for my taste. Like you said,
I think he's 36 now, bro.
Yeah, it had to be a veteran minimum, and he's, I mean, it'd be a good value for him. I think, like, to come off the bench. I think he could be a good contributor off the bench, and I think he's got enough from that perspective. But it just depends on, I guess, what they expect to get from him. But I know there's a Luka tie. I understand it, but
yeah.
We can't just be getting a whole bunch of Luka's friends in the roster if they can't play. And I mean, we already got one in Bobby, and we'll get
JJ.
JJ's coming back, so
that's enough.
He should be good.
Now I want Michael Jordan. Now
Come on now.
I want Michael Jordan. Now we don't want any more of your friends. Your cousin that you played with when you was a kid at 5 years old. Yeah, that's cool. No. We don't need that. We need Larry Bird now, bro. All right, we get these real players.
Right.
All right, man. Next up is this will be Daryl's favorite guy here. That he said he want to sign back to a super duper max. Dennis Schroeder.
No. Next person.
Yeah, I'm passing on Dennis Schroeder, man. Especially after what he's saying he won't in the open market, bro.
He knows to well himself.
Yeah, like nah, bro.
He's saying no.
Nah. You need to do that. Next.
You know who's finna get his money though?
Who?
Reggie Jackson.
Oh, God. Bro, you know what's funny?
He's about to get the money that
you're not the only person I heard say that either, bro.
Like,
you're not the only person. You're the first person I heard say it, but you're not now. Lately, you're not the only person I've been hearing say that, bro. Everybody was saying Reggie Jackson to get that bag, bro.
Just saying.
That's the one he did. He getting that bag.
Yeah. Recency bias.
So you already said yes to Reggie Jackson. What about Derrick Rose?
Yeah, I would.
Veteran minimum though.
Off the bench. Yeah, off the bench. Yeah, veteran minimum. Not even MLE.
No.
No, he's got to be veteran minimum for me.
You think he's going back to New York?
I think so. I think he likes playing for Tibbs. I think he found a role that suits him well there.
Yeah.
A leader, that's a relatively young team. And you saw how they kind of reacted to him once he got traded there again.
Yeah.
So I do think he stays. But yeah, if I would be interested if it were a minimum, but I don't think I'd pay more than that.
Yeah, better minimum for me too. But like I said, he's gonna be one of them guys. Like if all my stuff is exhausted, if all my options are gone, then I'll look at you and it's gonna be the veteran minimum.
And even if it's not every option, like even if if we get to Maya, like it's more reliable. Like if we get a Dimwitty or a Lowry, I mean not Lowry, Dimwitty or Demar or Mike Conley, I would still want to get him for a minimum too. Like I think he would still be a supplemental guy, because if you look at a guy like a Demar or a Spencer or Mike, they're gonna. So we still need to look at supplementing that bench, and I would take Derrick Rose on the bench.
Same. Next up, man, is your fellow Jayhawk here, Devonta Graham. Jay, it's okay. You can talk bad. You can talk negative about the guy. It's okay.
No, I really
still a Jayhawk. He's still a Jayhawk.
I really can't. Listen, I watch every dribble of that kid, and I really did.
Really did watch
all dribble. 4 years. I did.
No skip baby.
I would have to say no.
Yeah, I'm passing on that too.
And
more undersized guards, bro.
Yeah, that's the only thing with him is that he's a combo guard, but he can fill a cup up, but he can't defend, and he's a liability on defense, and we just don't need that. Now, there is an if for me. Uh-oh. He's an upgrade from Jalen Brunson.
Ooh.
So if there's offensively, I'll say offensively. If there's a scenario in which there's a package deal with KP and JB going somewhere, and that hole is there, I feel that hole with. I'm okay with filling that hole with Devonta Graham.
Devonta Graham or Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Derrick Rose. Damn, why you making me do this? But yeah,
I try to test your loyalty.
Only because he's a proven guy, and I think there's a lot that we can get from him in the locker room. Even in Minnesota, like you could tell, like players gravitated towards him while he was there, and so I think there's just a quality about him. Former MVP, at one time was looked at as one of the best players in the league. I think there's something that he can even bring to Luka's game that, whether it's just how to carry yourself and not being so damn hot-headed on the court. And, there are certain things I think he can learn from him where Devonta would just be a guy who can just help fill the cup up. So I think I picked Derrick over Devonta.
Yeah, same. And then last but not least, TJ McConnell.
Wow, what a wet blanket way to end it, because I'm not interested.
No,
and I get why. Look, let me tell you, he's not leaving Indiana because he is a Rick Carlisle special. Like that, that dude.
Or Rick Carlisle gonna love that dude. He is gonna be his JJ Barea. That's what he's gonna be.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. That's Rick Carlisle. That's his special right there, boy. If you ask Rick Carlisle to make a prototype player come out of the lab, it's gonna be TJ. Exactly. So he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Like I said, that he's gonna be Rick Carlisle, JJ Barea, bro. That's exactly who he's gonna be.
That's all. That's his bread and butter right there. That he gonna love TJ.
Yeah,
TJ may not like him, but he gonna love TJ.
He will be controlling every dribble that TJ make. No.
Oh
stop.
My God!
I said play 5. Play 5.
Yeah, get out. Come on out.
Boy, I gotta wind up beside him in the court. I gotta play 1. I say play 5.
I didn't say that.
Timeout.
I said. Oh, Rick.
That's a list for us, guys. That was of the shooting guards and the point guards. We're glad y'all guys are here rocking with us on this video. For those who are watching, please like and subscribe. to our channel. For more content just like this, guys, there will be more content for this channel, and we will have more channels coming up here pretty soon, so keep your eyes on that. Follow our Instagram page at Glow Sun Productions, and you'll kind of get some more news on that channel too, to kind of let you, on that page, let you know what we're going to be doing here pretty soon. And also follow the For Your Ambition channel too, guys. It's under the Glow Sun umbrella. Shout out to my boy Daryl, man. He got some things lined up for that channel, man. It's gonna be great. I've talked to him every day about it, man. He got so many ideas for it. I think you guys will like it. So just go ahead and give that a try too, and subscribe to that channel too. But also watch the video that he has up on there, and like that video too. But with that being said, guys, it is your boy. Oh, before I end this too, go ahead and comment down below. Who would y'all want out of that list of players that we have? Or is there somebody on that list that we did not name? Go ahead and put it on down there in the comment section below. And with that being said, it is your boy Real. Got my boy Jay. And we will catch y'all here again very, very soon.